Alright you guys, what up? It's your girl ManicMeeks. And I am back with more Witcher 3. If you're enjoying this playthrough and else on my channel, go ahead subscribe. I'm here, you're here, let's be here together. Let me pick up my loot from him handling these dudes. I got some cards. Let's check that out, shall we? With dick! Look at the Frangella, look at that. Throw that horn. Who else do we get? Frangella. Ah, Natalis. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to learn how to play with these other two decks. I think the bigger the deck, for the monsters in the Scoia'tael, the better it is. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. So let's talk about what we finna do. I have all of these that are in Novigrad since I'm back in Novigrad. And Velen, by the way. And Velen. So let's go back to the Feast of Crows. So I'm thoroughly interested. I have so much stuff to watch, but I just... There's stuff, there's like... that stuff below? How far away am I? I thought it was close by. Oh no, it's close by to the place.
New rides takes. You're a bigger rat picker than me.
Got my eye on you.
Shut the fuck up. Mind your business.
No
Okay?
loitering round here.
What village are you from?
Willows. It's into my area, 2 days road from the zoo.
Clear trail. But heavily.
Before winter, Black Wolves didn't do no harm, not at first. Till guerrillas attacked their garrison, that is, and they set out arms alight.
Why? You hadn't done nothing to it.
Nilfgaardians are strict masters.
Okay, so I gotta go the other way. So we're chasing him back, okay.
Hey, mate. Someone invite you here?
No. Followed a trail of human blood.
So you found our pal Derek. Well, must have a good eye. After our little, falling out, I spent half a day looking for him. And all I got out of it was a stroll and some dog shit on my shoes. Soiled me fine as pool lanes. Snake skin. Take a gander.
What are you gabbing for? Cleaver said it clear. Anyone finds our den, shove him between the ribs and drop him in the gutter.
Think, Grun. Just once use your fucking melon. If the Witcher's found the body, he's found the key too. Can't open the drop box without the key. You don't open the drop box, Cleaver don't get what he ordered. Cleaver don't get what he ordered, he gets angry.
Bro, you gotta follow it.
You want that? Didn't think so. So, hark ye, mate. You've got two options. First, give us the key. I pay you for your trouble and everyone goes their own way smiling. Second, make a fuss. We do what Grun wants. Sit between your ribs.
I don't really care. Either way. You have the key.
Fine. Here's the key. Now give me some gold.
Ah, see that, Grun? Kindness works at times. Pleasure doing business with you, chap. Now piss off. What say we are over to?
Okay. I'm pretty sure if I fought him and got was in the box, it might have been slightly better, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know, man. That's a big thing to do. What am I doing? Wari prop sword? What are we doing?
awfully suspicious to me, trap.
Oh, wait.
Oh, God. A Reaper's come for me.
Shut up.
So, how do you go with this thing? I was nothing about minding my own business when suddenly up he pops and heals me. Long live Geralt of Rivia, our savior! The second sword, is it in case of the first one bring? Smart.
So I need to borrow Prop's sword from her? What are we doing?
Ah, so good to see you.
Got a request. Need to borrow one of your props. One of the swords you use for stage battles.
My, whatever do you need that for?
No
I
clue.
don't know, but Dandelion claims it's essential.
Oh, yes. I suspected Master Dandelion might have a hand in this. I certainly hope you don't aim to compete with me. Voilà.
What?
Thanks. I'll try not to damage it. So long.
What are you talking about?
You like the bands are snapping the back to work, mate? Got that twinge of me back again.
So now where am I going? Oh, oh. Are we gonna... Oh, now Horson and I are friends again.
Washed your hair lately?
Oh, why did I do that? It's right there. Oh, okay. I'm like, what's happening?
Ah, finally made it. Listen, here's the plan. Sophronia loves
Okay.
adventure-filled romance novels. I can be a hero in her eyes if I can just save her from a bandit. I'll have her eating out of my hand, and there's no way she'll begrudge me that loan.
Want me to be the bandit?
Knew you'd see the sense in it right away.
Are you serious? That's your brilliant plan?
I never called it brilliant, but any kind of plan is better than none.
Okay.
Written your lines already,
You've written what?
Oh my gosh.
so you know what to say during the performance. Here, and your mask. Put it on. Sophronia can't recognize you.
Bruh.
No time. Sophronia's coming. Stick to the plan. We'll meet at the Rosemary in the morning.
I don't have my lines.
Stop right there.
What is this? Help! Save me!
Tremble, flaxen-haired wench, and bow before the Prince of Thieves.
Not so fast. Drop your sword, scoundrel. This is your first and last warning.
Dandelion!
'Tis I, though the scum of the city call me the Crimson Avenger.
No, not the Crimson Avenger.
Silence, vermin! You shall regret the day you were born.
Dandelion! I mean, Crimson Avenger!
You're better than I thought. I've been hit! Ow!
To the house, quickly! He shan't get us there! Eternal fire, what do you want from us? Leave us be!
This rogue will soon run off. I'm sure of it. He wouldn't chance getting caught by the guards. Would he?
What happened? I didn't even get a chance to equip the sword. Was I supposed to equip the sword?
Life, you gotta take risks and not get fucked.
Wait, what was that?
Looks like a drop of some sort.
Well, well, another freak.
Thing on piss me trousers.
I'm so like
Pretty
confused.
suspicious to me, trap.
Oi, grey night. Need spire.
I've buried my old family. Blackwood's killed my son, lost my wife.
Old man Newman left me a gift last time.
Errol.
He never given me nothing
Positively
but floppy, did
divine
he?
performance.
Don't know how to give, you can't.
You make us
Saying I'm no good at giving.
Mama.
To give, you got to have talent and character.
So he's downstairs? Where? Oh, hold on. Oh, in the morning. But it is the morning.
Ones for Danians.
We can
Long
go
as they
to
pay.
here or
Don't
my
need it.
place. You choose.
Okay, I'm like, wait a minute.
There's been a misunderstanding. You're here too early.
We agreed to meet today, so we've come today. Supplies are all hauled in and
What?
the crew's raring to work. We'll start just as soon as our lovely directress gets round to deciding on the decoration.
But Dandelion doesn't even have the coin to pay you.
Turns out he does now, or soon will. At any rate, he's working on it.
See, it's all peachy. So will you finally decide what style you want for this interior?
Why are you asking me?
Well, the lovely lady seems to be having a hard time deciding. And Master Dandelion said he was torn between boudoir style and theatre decor, but that he'd let us know just as soon as we arrived. Now we're here, but no decision's been made. The lady's horribly surprised she's to choose. Though apparently this whole renovation's for her sake.
For me.
Well, it's not for me. Now, would you please decide where I bust a vessel?
I've no idea what Dandelion would like. Geralt, you've known him longer. Say something.
You're both stage artists, and cabaret's a form of theater. Interior should reflect that.
A wonderful choice it is. At last. Gentlemen, you're done lollygagging. Get to work.
Well, well. Guess this cabaret's the real thing.
Ever since Dandelion inherited this place, he's talked about it constantly. I just never expected him to take action. And so quickly.
Who knows? Might even settle down.
Child,
now.
please.
I'll have to keep an eye on the business. Who would have known?
Despite what people say about him, Dandelion approaches life very rationally.
True enough. Adheres to the principle that a life enjoyed is a life well lived.
You needn't mock.
I'm not. I mean that. Nothing wrong with the principle. Dandelion just knows how to enjoy life. It's a good thing.
Dandelion can also be responsible. He always pays anyone who works for him on time, and he's never missed a performance.
Sure hope your opening won't be the first. He's still not here.
Well, he said as soon as he got the coin, he'd go see Polly, our choreographer. She's missed the last few rehearsals. I certainly hope he's not gotten into trouble.
Child, what?
Anything's possible with Dandelion. Let me see if I can't find him.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, well, what are you doing over there? Hold on. Exploding bolt? Okay. How far do I have to go? Oh, not far.
Eternal fire protects us. Gives monsters the shits.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Hi, buddy.
That's Shay girl.
I'm bored.
What do you see? Pain, you man?
Polly, everything all right? Open up!
What's the ruckus about?
Polly and her half-brained fiance. They're fighting. She's the only one in this town who knows anything about choreography, and that lummox won't let her work for me. Hold on. What are you doing here? We were gonna meet at the Rosemary.
We were, but you didn't show. Priscilla started to worry, so I came to see how you were doing.
Priscilla started worrying about me? That's so nice.
He's so special.
Less for her than for you, I'm sure. So let's get back.
Did you not hear what's going on in there? We've gotta help Polly. Why do beautiful women always end up with such dicks?
No idea. Stand back.
Really?
Break the door down.
Wait, do we have to destroy her house? She keeps a spare key around
Okay.
here somewhere.
How would you know she keeps a spare key around here?
It's not as if we started working together yesterday. Before Polly joined forces with Hubio,
You'd visit her? Often?
I'd hide out here while Priscilla and Polly rehearsed at the Rosemary and Thyme. They worked on the dance numbers I composed.
So, Polly's not one of your...
I never mix business and pleasure.
The one exception being Priscilla.
Who you were just saying is worried about us. So enough of the chatter and start looking.
All right, let's find the key.
Fine. Let's find the key. Not here.
Sir, move!
The key.
Whoa! What the devil's this? Get out of my house!
Watch it, and leave the woman alone.
What the... She's my betrothed.
But I'm not your property.
I love her. I'll not let her sway her ass in his brothel.
Whoa, slow down there a minute. This is clearly one gigantic misunderstanding. One I can clear up in the blink of an eye.
Shove your excuses up your ass.
Uh-huh.
Sod off, or I'll split your skull.
My friend asked you nicely, so please be courteous in return and hear him out, or we'll settle this another way.
All right. Talk.
Thank you.
Hubio, right? Polly's told me so much about you. She said you're erudite and have an open mind.
You said that? Well, there's a truth to
Come
it.
on.
My mind's the open salt, but its open saltedness ends when my betrothed starts wagging her ass around brothels. Get out of here, both of yous. Polly's not going anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Let him finish.
Let him
There's
finish.
no brothel involved.
You see, friend, Geralt just hit the nail on the head. For what you have there is the old publicity placard.
Oh.
Very. From a time when my establishment was under different management. I, however, would never let any indecency take place in my cabaret. My very reputation precludes it.
Oh,
What's all this
my leg
about?
hurts.
Your betrothed is a first-class artiste, and I want to offer her a position worthy of her talents. She's to be my choreographer, and that in turn means she'll receive a share of the proceeds from every performance she choreographs.
You mean to say coin?
Yes.
And
Coin,
fame.
sir, coin.
No flirting required. You have my word.
Girl, yeah, better pop, drop like a pop, 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 tat, 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 tat. Hit you with a little boom cat, boom cat, boom cat, cat, boom cat, cat.
See you at the Rosemary, Polly.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
I'm off.
I'll catch up to you.
Boom cat.
Whew. Never expected that to go so well.
You handled it well, Dandelion. Man was body in your hands once you called him erudite.
In negotiation, as in combat, the key is to find your opponent's weak spot and exploit it to the hilt.
So, time to head back?
I've still got to stop by Rotlick's. Commissioned some new placards from him a while ago, but Hubio came across the old version. Plowing artists got some serious explaining to do.
Who's Rodlick?
Never heard of him? Hank Rotlick, famous portrait artist?
Commissioned a portrait artist to paint your placards?
Henry's an old friend, needed the coin. And I decided we needed new placards to promote the opening performance. Seats won't fill themselves, you know.
Okay. I wonder will this work out.
You head back to the Rosemary. Priscilla will have my head.
Really? You'd go?
No, simply for the hell of it. Tell me where he lives.
Portside.
See you soon.
Bruh, I have been running around.
What is it, Grey Boy? Looking for adventure?
How about you mind your business? I haven't saved the entire time.
Now they've got their new key. Perhaps a Skelliger's.
Bandit?
Looking for Rodlick.
You ain't alone. Damn halfling's in debt to half the city. But I'm here to scrape mine before the carcass is picked clean.
There's not enough for everyone, so bugger off. Feeding time's first come, first served.
You're not gonna rob him.
Strange, don't recall asking your permission. Get him, Fred! You'll regret this, mutant.
Are you kidding me? What the f- Bruh. What the hell's happening?
Don't know how much Rotlick owes you, but everything in this house is mine. Want to get something back? Try the Vagelbud estate.
What?
Rotlick's losing his last crowns at the races, I wager. Now get the hell out of here.
I wasn't ready. Oh, I can't get back in there? That's rude. You know what? No. 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 I don't want it. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate boxing. Oh my god, I can't take out my sword? I can't take out my sword. Rude.
Key to finding the young woman.
I'm doing it again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Looking for Rodlick.
You ain't alone.
There's not enough.
You're not gonna rob him.
Strange, don't... You'll regret this.
What? Lost your nerve?
Okay. Bruh!
Come on, come closer.
Bruh. That is ridiculous.
What you want? Damn it!
Placards.
There ain't no ploughing placards here.
And Rotlick, where's he?
Same place as always. Vegal Bud estate.
Oh my god.
Losing his last crowns at the races.
See? Wasn't that easy? Could have said so right away.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Sorry, lady.
I'll miss a woman's touch.
That is so far away. Where is the next thing? Wrong button. Where is the next thing at? How close am I to it? I am not. Let's go here.
The venerable Vegelbuds invite you to the races. Thoroughbred and full speed.
Okay. That's where we're gonna go. Over here. Oh, I have to go? Hold on. You're making me go in here? Oh, okay.
Miracle on 4 hooves. Look at that horse barrel ahead.
Wondering if I could take part in the races.
If you've coin for the rider's fee and a steed of your own, why not? Decide quickly, please. There's a race about to begin.
Really?
You'll not find much to do.
Really?
You Rotlick?
Henri Rotlick, artist, painter, debtor, and martyr to my art. At your service.
Bruh.
Dandelion sent me.
Oh, yes. Tell him his placards are done and safely hidden away. Yet, alas, I cannot fetch them, as a group of angry creditors has seized my home.
Think I might have run into one of them.
Then you know my predicament. And now, Count de Louverton has offered me the chance to win it all back. I'm to wager on a race.
What's there to worry about? This is your chance to settle up, get a clean slate.
We've had a spell of bad luck lately. Should I agree to de Louverton's offer and lose, I shall be in bondage to him for all time.
Let's do this. I'll enter the race. You'll bet on me, win, pay your debts, then give me the placards.
You were that good a rider?
Far from the worst. Go tell the Count you accept his offer.
all right. We'll pay his death.
What about the trade we do with the Empire? We shall lose our shares in the maritime now.
Every time I hear something.
Okay, I'm trying to stay on this track. I hate racing. Bruh, don't you dare! Are you kidding me? Not with your stamina going down. Bruh.
Thank you. I never expected this. May I ask to what I owe this generosity?
Let's just say I like to do a good deed from time to time. Can we get those placards now?
I'll bring them to the Rosemary in time, just as soon as I settle my obligations.
Fine. See you there.
Oh.
I feel like that should have been 2 missions, okay? Mastercrafted saddle.
Listen, there's more. Word is, she's not his daughter at all.
I'm so curious what my wife would say about that.
Nope, doesn't count. Dang!
And she replied,
I really want to explore this area now that I'm higher up, but let me finish this mission. Let's finish this first. Let's finish this cabaret. Let's finish this up. Move, out the way.
a killer prowls the city.
We start in G major, and
I've told you, the piece is sad, melancholy.
Well, well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
I love it. Especially the, accoutrements on the wall. What about Rotlick? Did you get the placards?
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his own. Should be here soon.
Great! The best way I can think of to promote the chameleon.
What about choreography? Prepared anything special for the opening?
We haven't. But Polly has. She's priceless. Came in and brought the girls in line before I could say knickers. Premier will have the audience on their feet, on their knees, both at the same time.
Okay.
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
You're welcome.
Don't mention it.
Seems my cabaret dreams are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Why not?
That's my boy. The foreman mentioned he saw you and Priscilla talking.
He's all right.
And she say anything about me?
She said something that made me think she's not entirely normal.
What?
That you're responsible, got your feet planted firmly on the ground.
You're pulling my leg.
Not this time.
What does that do?
One thing's eating me. How How do you manage to get the loan from Sophronia?
Oh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours.
Wow.
4 hours from the Cloak and the Dagger.
You mean you didn't...
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am? She's late, of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time to learn.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion! Priscilla, she's...
What? Speak, man.
She's badly,
What?
been attacked. They took her to Valmerius Hospital.
Ooh.
Attacked?
Girl, what?
She's...
How? Who did it?
Geralt, come with me, please.
We're stabbing.
Let's go.
Who we stabbing?
Gods. Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical.
What
but
the fuck
stable.
happened?
Pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus.
What?
Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
Who could have done this?
That I do not know. I do, however, know she is not the perpetrator's first victim.
Oh, somebody gotta die.
I've seen wounds like this. And not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries.
They
And
ruined her
no
throat.
No harm.
She can't sing
You mean
anymore.
that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over.
No,
but
we're
I
going.
need
It's
to
going
ask you
down.
another favor.
You ain't even gotta ask.
Find the bastard who did this.
I'ma stab him.
Find him and kill him.
Head's coming off.
Don't need any convincing.
Nah, bruh.
Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can
Nah,
do.
bruh.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so
The
could very well
fuck?
provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine.
Wow.
Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers. Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Hell yeah, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. Ready and intrigued.
I am
I'll
pissed.
get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Thanks.
I cannot believe that. Look what they did to her.
You lead.
They massacred my boy. Oh, this is the thing that I can finally open now.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud? I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I took matters into my own.
What the fuck?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Hey, help! Help!
Ugly bastard.
Who said help? Oh, did not mean to do that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, 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 no. I wanted to loot. I can barely see, by the way.
Priscilla, how's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobrex. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
What is it, money? I got money? I can't see a damn thing, y'all. I know the moment I take the cat, giggity, I'm gonna be able to see.
Take the ladder.
No, the ladder, right there. Thank you.
This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
First things first.
Human. Wrong body type.
Excuse me.
Looks like necrophage has got to this one. Let's keep looking. That's gotta be him.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
A dwarf, but the hands. Not a carpenter's. A banker's, more likely.
Damn.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood?
No.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Genitalia?
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt. Like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed. So thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy. So the victim...
What in the hell is going on? You've got my attention now.
Let's examine the mouth.
All of this, and you did it to her?
Blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Jeez.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, Heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
Sir, what's in your hand? Sir, what's in your hand? Oh no, it's still there. You're gonna poke yourself in the eye.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded.
So they did tracheotomy to pour the formaldehyde in his throat. Jeez.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience?
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Now, apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
And a different sense of humor.
Jenny's!
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
All right.
Not syphilis.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate?
Yes, dog.
Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, Your Reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As Your Reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you. What the hell is going on, though?
Thank you.
Can you get that thing out of your hand, or is that like what is it?
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound. Unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Wow. Investigate the alley.
Awful pale. Oh,
Many thanks to you, Geralt.
I'm like, listen, I planned on doing something else this video, but nah, bruh. Not Priscilla. She didn't do anything to nobody. She was literally minding her business.
Looking to make some coin too, eh?
That is well. Armed ruffians in town. Scandalous.
What's this?
Anyone home?
Begun, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on, come on in. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
Wow.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
It was like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss and burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our scotches. Folk gathered round the blaze and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. They know they could have folk give bleeding orphans in the street of White Beth so as not to stain their poor lanes. They'd care about some dwarf.
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
It was Fabian who threatened this one last.
Uh-oh.
But he were a good dwarf, a craftsman like no other. But he were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag," and other obscenities. Don't write.
Damn, not a human dish rag.
Was in love with her?
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pont said a fever took her.
Fine, we've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
Fire can warm the flames. Concerned citizen? Bro, I'm trying to. Can I look at it?
Murderer dragged something heavy. Dragged something across the floor. Statues. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
Something else?
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
What? Every time I think I see some red, it's not red. Oh.
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Really? Bruh, come on.
More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood. Left a few stains behind. Eyes, humanoid, completely rotten. Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. Nothing interesting.
Cheated me. Band of thieves.
You save it.
Hey, handsome.
I know that smell. Formaldehyde. A brazier. This time of year? Human. Priscilla's. Man's footprint. The murderer's, maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back.
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
Kill the horse. You're carrion!
Why are we fighting everybody? Why are we fighting everybody?
What? Lost your nerve?
Muggy mug! Take him from the back!
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Oz can fight back.
What are you
Calm
talking
down,
about?
I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in the whole sun.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Of course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give her pouring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Take care now. And I got a murderer to catch.
Oh, the head's ringing.
You should. Wait, what am I doing?
I know that smell. Formaldehyde. Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way. Trail ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Hmm.
Got a problem.
Oh. Okay, my bad. I'm like, why is the door opening? Oof. Oof.
So, how do you go with this thing? Look, been a bit up money, it's great. When suddenly,
This is ridiculous. Who actually? It's got. Okay, first of all, somebody from the Eternal Fire, of course.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim.
Damn.
Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Sick of it. Those bandits dropped them. Plain as that.
You Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue.
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember. No eyes, no heart. One of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow.
Jeez.
Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid. You search Fabian's body?
Why, cost an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade.
Come on.
You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
Are we fighting?
Talk. What did you find on him?
As you wish. Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
Get out of my sight. Now.
Here's our last wandered round here, giving us...
Come on, let's see.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
I hate y'all making me walk in here.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter.
Is he out here killing people?
I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad. Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment. Made of human skin.
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Are all these people connected to Dandelion?
Until next time, Master.
Where am I? Okay, this is where I need to go. Here. So I can get out of here.
Spare a couple or two.
This is one hell of a mission. Oh.
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, I'll throw my ass out the door.
Well, I'd rather kill you.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
Come on.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now, I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
I'm hunting a serial killer, and I've got reason to believe your mother will be his next victim.
Why, even if it's true, our gods.
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious.
Ma'am, can we move?
follow me.
Please.
A fire fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith. A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home. She had all the holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Hear that? Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
Girl, open the damn door.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Spread out! Murderer's still here!
Bruh!
There he is! Get him! I'll break your bones!
Why are we... They won't let me chase. Where is he? What?
Eat dirt!
Where? I don't understand the question. Where? What? What happened?
Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery, taking you to the heiress.
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once. Mother, why did he do this to her? Why?
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire. Only thing that ties her to the other victims.
It's gotta be that guy, the torturer.
I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
I'm so mad. I was right on them and they got in my way.
Bruises, broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name but the place too. Won't get away this time. Same wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast.
Whoa. I'm so mad at them. I could have caught him. You suck. You suck. You suck. All y'all suck. Okay, so where are we going? I think this is closer. Let's go there and let's walk down. See if we can make it. I bet you it's the Nathaniel dude. Sir, sir.
Any needs, master?
Grimoires and tracts blaspheming the sacred.
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
Move.
I can see it in your face.
The thinking customer will see right away I've got the best deals this side of the pond.
You'll look fucking amazing. On top of me. Is the material well? Like what you see? You're a vulgar one. I can see it in your face.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again, you
I knew it!
me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
First, gotta tell me why you do it.
For pleasure. Satisfaction.
Achievable with whores in a lot of ways, many traditional. Doesn't take killing them, trust me.
Who said anything about killing? I could stop at a few burns. 3rd degree, but still. This rosy skin will roast quite well.
Spare me your lies. I've seen your victims. I know how they end. You don't stop. Not unless someone gets in your way. Like I'm doing now.
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to crippled Kate's. To sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know. But I see we must talk. Calmly.
Who knew you'd be here?
Strangely enough, I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner. Said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. To Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day procuring supplies. Formaldehyde. I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
You'll untie her, drop your coin pouch on the table, then leave here and never come back.
Yes, I will.
Get the fuck out of here. Mm-mm. Can I untie her? Steal. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Where's the door? Oh, here. Y'all just over here chilling while this is happening? God damn it. How do I get out of here? Hold on. There we go. It was easier to run through here when I had the direcciones to do so.
I'd give you a discount for heroic deeds, but the madam...
What warehouse? See, I thought it was the guy.
You're a vulgar one. I can see it in your face.
Right, they're gonna get enough of that spitting.
It's here. Time I went back to sea.
Run out of formaldehyde.
I underestimated you. You almost caught me in flagrante delicto. Now you've seen through my bluff with Nathaniel. Although, you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have drawn your silver sword.
What are you?
A vampire. Higher, of course.
Got a reason for killing? A reason to torture?
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat that...
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concepts of decency and morality. So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
Tortured logic.
Yet logic, nonetheless. I'm glad you perceived that, at least. Fight fire with fire, as they say. Give a thought to my victims. A lecherous woodcarver who'd spend his last copper on whores. An old countess who defiled symbols of the faith. A Trebirates for whom nothing was sacred, nothing above ridicule. They did not deserve to live. But their deaths could be a lesson to others. Awaken them, scare them onto the correct path, the path to the fire, to cleanse.
I'm going to kill you. But let me take my vampire stuff.
I'm afraid it's too late. You are a man of little faith. I sense this.
Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty good with a sword.
Pretty good. Might not cut it.
Bro, he's a what? Oh, shit. I know it's not this, I just want to, I hate having... That's all I got, vampire oil and insignia, alright. This music though. Yeet. Wow. Wow. Is there anything else in here? Whoa. Wow. This color reshock. Don't move!
In Vizima's trade quarter.
Geralt of Rivia, I am indebted.
I'll inform the hunters you're a non-human.
And whosoever contributes coin to the cause, his sin shall be forgiven.
Chow. I'm still shooketh and shucketh. Yeah, this is the nice side of town. He's over here hiding. Well, it makes sense. Vampires did look human. Especially that one.
How's
better, right?
Yes.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. From me and Priscilla.
Don't mention it. Nothing a friend wouldn't do. She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor Von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calinetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
Wow.
Yes, Geralt?
Found and killed the murderer. It was Hubert. You were right not to trust him. He was a higher vampire.
I thought nothing could surprise me in Novigrad. Seems I was wrong. Deeply wrong. Thank you, Geralt. Were it not for you, this would never have ceased.
Know another surgeon from Oxenford Academy. Her name's Shani. Know her? Red hair, cropped short, freckles.
And a hopeless idealist. Naturally, I know her. She was my assistant for a year.
Any idea where she is now?
My gut tells me she's somewhere along the front, patching up pikemen. I told her it would be futile. In the time she saved 100 lives, another 1,000 would be lost. But medics with a mission, you can't argue with them.
Farewell.
All right, well, listen. That was quite a mission. I did not expect to get anything like that. At all. Period. Wow. So I guess in the next video I can try to do the rest of these. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know if I want to or not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I can collect my armor. Yeah, that was such a good quest. That was a really good quest. I guess I can do these too. Novigrad and Velen, why not? But on that note, guys, thanks for hanging with me, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Bye! Wow!